All right, I can see that people are starting to join in. It's great. Good morning to everyone. Although I've been on many panels and many Zooms, this is my first webinar. So my name is Jason Galaz. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm the founder of busca and findahome.com. So I'm also a team lead and a realtor in Tennessee. So here's the thing. I figured out that people that speak Spanish primarily they don't speak English, or they just prefer to speak Spanish, don't have equal access to the home buying process that everyone else has. I learned that by being on the board at NAREP Nashville. You get a lot of reports, a lot of statistics, and you just learn what affects people's lives. That although I am Hispanic, that wasn't my demographic. That's not who I serve directly. But I did grow up watching my family, go through some trials and tribulations, specifically my grandmother, and then uh, as I got in deeper into the industry, you just kind of learn a bit more. And so I just want to tell you specifically what we're here for. Busca is the first Spanish home search app uh, at all in the US. And it's in 13 states, 32 MLSs. We're growing every month. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get every single state. So what it does is it takes the MLS and IDX feed and translate it into Spanish. There's a little bit of static translation as well as a mixture of AI, but it's more than just an app. It needs to be a community. It needs to be where home buyers and home sellers find value, but also realtors and lenders. And so this webinar is about lead gen in Spanish. For home buyers and home sellers, it's about access to the process, equal access. To the industry side, the support side, it's how to get business. It's a little bit of both. We as realtors and lenders, we make a living by helping people, and that's a great feeling. So, as I mentioned before, in order to get leads, in order to find people to help in Spanish, there has to be a place. The way it works right now is a lot of like trust-based, a lot of relationship-based, like very, very hyper local, where somebody knows someone who helped someone, and then that's how you get that lead. But that also is limited access. Maybe there's like a natural fit. Maybe they need more options. And so we need like one central location. So here's what we do. One second, just reading that real quick. Okay, so here's what we do. We generate leads just like Zillow. Home buyers go to Zillow, Realtor.com, any of these home search sites. They search a property they like, they request information, they request a showing. They need someone to speak to. But what are the odds that that's going to be in Spanish? Probably not. I mean, maybe if you're lucky in certain high concentration points. But if there was one website where they went and everybody on there spoke Spanish or was fluent, could understand them, that they could read all the information about the homes, it would be more helpful. So that option is there for the home buyers and home sellers. Now, if you're a realtor or a lender, what we've done is we've created a portion of the website where you can just add your profile, where home buyers can just find you direct. That's not even a referral. That's just a free lead. One directory where either home buyers and home sellers can find you, or if there's another agent looking to refer to an area, instead of posting a line, I need a Spanish-speaking realtor in Vegas, Miami, Chicago, whatever, they can just go to the website and they know everyone on that speaks Spanish fluently and can help. Sorry, someone looked in. So with that, anyone can go to busca.casa.com or findahome.com for English, create a profile, and become searchable in the area that they serve. Now, some of us might serve more than one area, so that requires different profiles. We use this same directory to send out referrals, and we send out a lot of referrals. The states that the app works in, California, Florida, Texas, Colorado, Arizona, Illinois, like parts of Chicago, up east around New York and the bright MLS. That's just the home search part. But the referral system is everywhere, and we want everyone to benefit from that. So create your profiles. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to show you how Busca to Casa works and how it can help you. What your clients will see, or what our clients will see. Share screen. Again. All right, as you can see when you go to the website. Now, if you download the app from the App Store or from Google, that's the consumer version. That's what home buyers are searching. There. Look for homes. Let's say we're searching in Nashville, where I'm from. This one jumped on. This one just jumped in 9 minutes ago. You can see that there's already some Spanish in the description. It starts in English in the main description and will translate to Spanish, which is tricky because a lot of translation widgets these days are very clunky. That's a pretty precise one. We have a form on here that say they want to get a loan, just like on Zillow or Realtor or any of these other sites. And when they click that, that goes to lender partners. If they want to schedule a showing, right there, that pops in. And so not only are we generating leads, but we're sending out referrals and nurturing them long term. The whole point is to build community. Go back one. Here is an example of where realtors and lenders can create their own profiles and become searchable on the website. This is not there's not a charge to do this. So we're going to find an agent. And I'm a home buyer. Up front, you'll see a few of our kind of premier partners. Tristan, of course. Thank you, Tristan. Rebecca, C. Lally, Josue, that will add on. You can either search by name or by area. So let's pretend I want to buy a home in Nashville, Tennessee. Any agents that have registered and have been approved to join the site, they pop it right here. Let's say I want to, this Citlali looks nice. Maybe I'm going to use her as my agent. I'll open, there's her profile. If I'm a home buyer and I call Citlali direct, that's a free lead. Now, if they go to the website and they're searching for a home and they ask us for help, we send a referral. That's another cool option. Let's say they want to sell their house. Maybe you want to generate listing leads. A home seller comes to the website, click they want to sell their home. This part is actually about to be updated. This part will translate to Spanish. They can either fill out a form that says sell my home, they can request a CMA, or they can just say, hey, I need a cash offer. So you'll see that by next week where that's in Spanish. That pops into our system as a lead that we send out as a referral. So one thing I want to talk about is, since we're generating leads, let me stop sharing here. Stop share. Is that we can't do this alone, right? It's got to be the whole industry. So one thing I've done in the last few years while I've been working on this is I go to a lot of masterminds, a lot of seminars, a lot of conferences, and I'm always just kind of poking around and I step in booths and I speak to CEOs, I speak to founders, I speak to managers, and I say, hey, what do you have in Spanish? Like, what do you provide for Spanish speaking home buyers and sellers? And, you know, a lot of times you hear, we're working on it, or it's not really our thing, or whatever it may be. But if you read the home wealth reports, you know, like the Hispanic population, you know that like 20% of this country roughly is Hispanic. That's 65 million people. Why is there not equal access? And I think, one, it's just not common. You're head of these companies and that's not your background. You're just not familiar with it. Or you don't read the reports and you don't know where the industry's going. But we are prepared. We're here to help that service. And so while doing that, every once in a while we get someone who says, you know, we've wanted to translate this to Spanish. How can we do it? Or maybe just a few have started recently. I've seen that happen as well. And so we work with those people and celebrate them and make them part of our process. So one thing that we're going to announce today, you're the first to hear it, is that Breakthrough Broker has been translating their products and services to Spanish along with us. They had a few items before. If you already use that product, the brokerage I'm at, separate from Busca and Find a Home, is EXP, and we have a marketing center. And there are some English and Spanish things. And what that means is I could log in, I could type in an MLS number of one of my listings. It will pull the information and the photos and create flyers, social media flyers, print flyers. I can make postcards and select however many homes within a radius of my listing or open house, and I can send out postcards. I could just order them direct. And so what they've done for us is they've built us a thing called buscamarketing.com, and all the agents that sign up on um, all the agents that sign up on findahome.com or buscatucasa.com, which is free, they will also get a complimentary marketing access. And the whole goal is why do we make it free? It's not about direct profit. It's about equal access. It's about connecting home buyers and home sellers straight to clients, straight to agents, and realtors and lenders, predominantly realtors for them. So afterwards, anyone who like tomorrow we have a Zoom, and it's going to be an onboarding for that, and we're going to show everyone how they can market their properties, their listings, their open houses in Spanish or English. Totally free. The only thing that's not free is if you order postcards. Obviously, you pay them for that. That's not something that we profit. That's a huge announcement. I really want to give them a lot of respect and a lot of big ups for that, for working with us, and they will continue to keep translating more and more of their products and services as we grow. I think for tomorrow we're onboarding just about a few hundred people, so please join us. You'll see me post about that as well. So we're kind of moving along. Somebody asked a question about the marketing with Breakthrough Broker. I've used it for 2 years. It's always been great for me, but as you know, as we all keep growing, I think it gets better. So please hop on for that. Let's see here. Okay, so outside of that, one huge thing that we're known for is social media. We have a huge following. We currently manage over 2 million Facebook followers between different groups, pages, communities. And then we have access to about another 2 million. And how do we use this? Well, I'm a big believer of guerrilla marketing. What does that mean? That just means you use what you have, like where you're at, to do the best you can. And so, no, yes, we do use advertising budgets, and we set up programs with lenders to support realtors to do so, but we do a lot just naturally on social media. And one of our things is all of our agents that join, we actually help them promote their listings in our social media groups, which in turn does bring in more buyers that we refer right back. Most often, if it is a referral, it's about 25%. So one huge thing that we're about to do next as well is lendership partners. So the agents that become premier agents in Busca Casa, which right now that's not an option, but as our next phase, that's the ones that we're really do a lot of business with. They've proven that if we give them a lead, that it's not dropped. They really invested time into servicing those clients. We'll have a home search option within their profile for their area, and then they can partner with lenders to attract business to their profile, which just gets them more direct leads. So look forward to that around Christmas time. 1 second, and read some of these questions. Referral fee, 25%. How much will be your service to Spanish leads? Okay, so just because you missed that part. They're free if you create your own profile, and if a home buyer finds you, and if we send a referral, it's 25%. Yep. So I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to show you how to create your own profile so you can get your own leads. We're at Busca Tu Casa. buscatucasa.com and findahome.com. Findahome.com is for everyone, and Busca tu Casa is just for fluent speakers. That way, a home buyer or home seller knows they can trust that everyone associated with this brand can help them in their native language. Put on here the inscripción. Realtors or lenders, maybe realtors, you just fill out your name, just like you're creating a Facebook profile. You upload a photo, enter the place you work, Miami, and then let's say you do 2 spots, also Orlando. You X that out, you start again, add your photo, add your bio. The whole thing takes maybe a minute. It pops in our system. We review it. We make sure you're actually an agent, not spam. Then we upload you to the site. Okay, so for lenders, somebody asked, what fee do you charge if we are lenders? You can actually create a profile here again, also free. The whole point is to have one large directory for Spanish-speaking real estate professionals across the whole country. That's all 50 states, and the app works in part of Puerto Rico, but we're building out another portion to where we can get more listings there and get more service, help more people. Free to build a profile. And then phase 2 will be where we start offering lenders options to work with realtors that they prefer to generate their own leads. They won't be hourly serving work. So please sign up and you'll start getting emails about how phase 2 is going to improve on lender access. So I'd like to know just a little bit of like where you're at, and if anybody has any questions on how to jump in right away, like how we can better serve you. Here, somebody asked, how long before your profile is approved? I did mine on Saturday. Actually, what name is that? Because they're all approved as of now. Type your name out so we can find you. What fee do you charge if you're going to already asked that? Yeah, so I get paid at closing. If I'm generating a referral, I get paid at closing. There's no cost to you. Jasmine, let's go back. Were you a realtor, Jasmine? Great question, Jasmine. Right. So here's an example where someone's on here. Let's click this profile. So if I had also searched any of these names for areas, this profile would have pulled up as one of the agents. And this service, this option to add your name to this lead generation website is brand new. It's just a few weeks old to where we've been allowing folks. So obviously we'll have like tens of thousands of people in here in the next few months, but as of right now, we're under 1,000. You really have a head start. Clear how to get set. You're selling something or just free. This is free. So just to kind of recap on the folks that just came in, buscatucasa.com for home buyers and home sellers is where they can come and search for homes, 13 states, and they know that it translates in Spanish. They can understand everything. If you're a realtor or a lender and you want to benefit from our community, you just set up a free account on buscatucasa.com or findahome.com to become searchable so home buyers and home sellers can find you direct. That's a free lead. However, if someone comes to us and it says, I need someone in Dallas, Texas, then we go to our directory and we send a referral, and that's paid at closing. It is available in most of California, and it will expand into the rest of the MLSs just after New Year's, maybe even by Christmas. We should be all around the Bay Area and up in Fresno by Christmas, but most of California is already live. Let's go back and search. Let me show you an example of Los Angeles. home buyer. I want to buy a home in Los Angeles. This one went on. Yes, pay at closing if we send a referral. It's 25%. If you generate your own lead, that's free. All right, so this one is going on sale. See how it's in English and then it translated to Spanish? That's a mix of AI and native translation. Yes, if you're an agent, if you're a realtor and a lender, create two different profiles because they have two different licenses and those have to be named on there just for uh, compliance reasons. But also, someone might be only searching for a lender and there's a section for them to buy for to find a lender. The lender section we just created this portion this week. A home buyer might search here for a lender. This part will be updated where it says 0. What that means is that's our premier ones that we'll build relationships with. Let's find like Nashville. Oop, I can't see it. Nashville, Tennessee. Five lenders have signed up. I know Tatiana just signed up this morning. I'm a home buyer. I want to get a loan. I contact you direct. That's a free lead. We want to give access. We want more people to be helping each other. Okay, that's a good question. Are these leads vetted? Or are they just people looking? It could be a mixture. If they come in right off the bat and someone's like, hey, I want to, they request a showing at a home in Los Angeles. We're going to go to our agents in our directory, find someone, send them a referral. And that's a fairly cold lead. However, if they're in our system and they're not really biting, we'll nurture them over time and we'll warm them up and then we'll send off, especially if we get them pre-approved with our own lender partners. So it'll be a mixture of both. Basically like one step above what like Zillow does or Realtor. They just send them out right off the bat. You've got nurture leads and fresh leads. And so again, I just want to remind everyone that everyone who signs up, we're going to have a different webinar tomorrow, straight from Busca to Casa and Find a Home, where we're going to be showing people how they could use our free marketing center. And it's only for agents that sign up with us. There's no charge to sign up, and there's no charge for this marketing center. We just want to give you the tools, English and Spanish, for like postcard marketing, Facebook marketing, print flyers if you need them, everything in short. I use this service a lot. I use it every time I have a listing here in Tennessee. I cover the whole state of Tennessee, so I might order postcards in Knoxville, and then I'll do a whole campaign in Nashville for that listing as well. Now, when I order postcards, that costs me money. It will cost you money, but that's not something that we charge for. All right. Well, that is in short what Busca tu Casa is, how we generate leads in Spanish, how we're growing. You'll see us in your state if you're not already, or in a part of your state. Like I said, we're in most of Florida, most of Texas, most of California, all of Tennessee. We're up in Chicago, a little bit around New York, Colorado. But regardless of the home search section is alive in your MLS, go ahead and add yourself to the referral system because most importantly, we need home buyers, home sellers to find you directly. We need to find you. And then other brokers across the country will know to search here first for Spanish speaking realtors and lenders. Atlanta, yes, actually, Georgia should be for you in Texas already, most of Texas. That's such a massive state. Yep, we're live in Arizona. So also, I will be at EXPCon speaking about this. We just left NAREP there at that conference. We had a booth there. It was a massive thing. There was a lot of like chapter leaders and industry leaders and heads of companies that were rushing to the booth and inviting us out to sign up their whole organization, which is wonderful. A lot of lenders were kind of reaching out about exclusivity. We won't offer that across the whole app because we don't want to limit access in areas where companies are strong, but we will have programs set aside where we can work together in your specific area or where we can help you support the agents you already work with. It's not about us generating leads for ourselves, it's about helping. So thank you again. Go to buscatocasa.com or findahome.com, create your profile. Join us tomorrow for the marketing center. We'll empower you and then watch us grow because there's 3 other companies right now translating their services because we asked them to. And we will let you know all about that when that's ready. We want you to be first in line, empower you. Oh, quick question. Somebody said, are leads given to more than one person? No, not unless you drop the ball. So if we send you a referral and you just completely don't call that person, then it'll go back in the system and go to someone that's available. But no, this is not one of those multi-system referral things. It's about creating relationships and like truly helping the client. Would you be able to change? No, we don't do it to killers because we want it to be where you're strongest. And some element MLSs, although it might make sense in your area, in other areas of the country, they don't. Like an MLS I'm in goes from Middle Tennessee to the Kentucky border all the way down to the Alabama border. And so someone closer to one side or the other, it's too broad. We want it to be hyper local. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. Any more questions? This thing ends in about 3 minutes. I'm here to help. Referral fees 25% in most cases. Somebody asked that. We never go above that. What I said about most cases is, start to run into a system of volume. Yes, great question. The Zoom tomorrow is at 11 a.m. Central. Everyone who signed up in our system, we're going to send out Zoom links tonight and in the morning just to make sure you're all in. We'll post it online as well because we want you in there. That will come from Santiago Barrios at buscatocasa.com. All right, folks. Thanks again for stopping in. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. There's no fee to join. Just jump in there, make yourself known. What we say is identify yourself as a Spanish-speaking realtor or lender. There's no charge to do that. It's about building community.